It's been a busy day at Operation Blessing. Relief crews are preparing for Hurricane Florence to make landfall along the East Coast. Today's mission, making sure 900 emergency food bags get delivered from its headquarters warehouse to YMCA locations by the end of this evening.
We wanted to make sure that we delivered the food as soon as possible. We don't want to wait to the last minute where folks are rushing. We just want to get it in their hands.
All day long, crews loaded pallets of emergency food bags onto trucks. One young volunteer, Camila Wallace, is making sure the right food gets into people's hands.
This is rice cake, so I think they'll love this.
She and her parents volunteer to pack these food bags every Monday. But as we anticipate this week's storm, she's doing overtime.
Well, I don't really know how much I come here, but I'll say it's a lot of days.
On top of distributing food, Operation Blessing is also setting up 2 disaster relief locations, one in the Virginia Beach area, the other in southeastern Virginia or North Carolina. That location is not yet determined. It all depends on where the storm is expected to hit the hardest.
Operation Blessing stands ready. This is our mission. We look forward to helping individuals in need.
Locally, all of the relief equipment is ready to go. That includes a mobile kitchen prepared to feed 2,500 meals a day and a mobile command center, a power generator, shower trailers, and volunteer supplies like tools to repair homes. And right now, disaster relief leaders are watching this storm closely so they can determine which areas are going to be hit the hardest and where people are going to need them the most. We're live in Chesapeake. Adriana de Alba, 13 News Now.